Hey guys, welcome back to Suyana Zoo, and I've got a little bit of an offshoot working here. I actually brought in the old, kind of like the implied meerkat exhibit from Pine Creek, and I think just kind of raising it up a little bit from this path area just really just kind of adds that, you know, that like kind of like upper level dimension up there. See how it just, I don't know, it just kind of, it gives it a little more pop than making kind of all of this level out through here. Was able to bring in my old market from the experimental build, and I think it's kind of cool back here because it's almost a hidden market. Like, see, when you're, like if you're up here looking at the giraffes and you're rounding this corner, you don't even really notice anything going on back here until you get up here, and then it's like this kind of more hidden jungle type of market. And I think that is where, you know, somewhere around over in here is where I want to have the redo on the tiger exhibit, because remember, like we had said in the previous episode, tigers, that was kind of really lackluster. I really think I just built that to get a video together real quick instead of kind of really taking my time fleshing the idea out, you know, working on the kind of like working on story sets and all that. It was just it was a little rushed, but like I said, we've given ourselves a do-over on that. I love the little ear flicks, and look at even the hair on the ears and the tongue flicks. Hello? That is just so cool. But yeah, so that is kind of what I've been messing with since the end of this week, going into the weekend. You know, just trying to find a good spot for the tigers. You know, really kind of, you know, expand this whole market area back through here. I haven't really messed with too much, you know, back into the rest of the park as far as cleanup goes. I got rid of a lot of the little, like, you know, the hundreds of baby gharials over here. So most of them are gone. I've got a couple little scragglers over here, a couple little stragglers, but I think I've got them all on birth control now, so we shouldn't have any more issues with like zooming down in here and seeing like 800 little tiny gharials we have to get rid of. And I also thought, you know, this would probably be a good episode, like a good catch-up episode. If anybody that's kind of new catching up, let's bring them back to the front of the park and kind of go over some of these little areas right here. And one thing I think I definitely want to do, I don't know if we'll necessarily dedicate an episode to it, but I want to expand on the parking and stuff, because remember when we first started Suyana, I'd started off with the, you know, the little parking lot here, but I never, you know, I just kind of never really elaborated on it much more after that. I started kind of working on the Jaguar Falls here and kind of like the, you know, what we wanted the entrance area to look like. And I never went back and revisited the parking lot. So I'll probably do that soon. This right here, this is just kind of like the whole implied ticket area. So that's where you would stop off after you make your way out of the parking lot. And then, of course, you make your way into the main entrance here where you would scan your tickets and kind of make your way down our makeshift Main Street here. A lot of these buildings you'll see, matter of fact, all of these buildings up here and on the left-hand side are all by my buddy Michelle. And then we've got Woody's aviary over there. And then I really, this is one of my favorite kind of sight lines of the whole zoo. And it's just this simple little kind of like, you know, ruined temple tunnel that once you make your way through it, you're walking into the orangutan area. And I just love that transition, and even really kind of looking back through there and seeing, you know, the little benches and the umbrellas that kind of take you over to the crocodile area. And what I really like too, early in the morning, kind of like when the sunbeams are kind of barely coming through. Let's see if we, yeah, I just think that's just killer. Those early in the morning shots. And there are so many different little pathways and break off areas you can go to in this zoo. Probably really easy to get lost. You would definitely probably need to have a map. Here are our crocodilians over here. This is the Croc Lagoon with a little bit of an underwater viewing area. Like I've said since the beginning, definitely not a pool you would want to take a dip in. Here's the big boys over here. They're kind of just hanging. They like to hang out together. You'll spot them once one gets in the water, the other one follows. So that's pretty neat. Look at the sunlight kind of beam off that moss. Is that not killer? That just looks awesome. Never caught that angle like right there before with the light. Then of course the Crocs, they have their own little waterfall over here. If you're not familiar, I'm big on waterfalls. And oh yeah, we'll take you back over here. And I'm also kind of like Squirrel. I'm kind of like my buddy Poison Blade. I kind of get off on different little tantrums here. And this is like when you come up from the main, kind of like the little Main Street area, and you look down on our chimpanzee exhibit. So yeah, this is their kind of like what we've kind of dubbed as Chimp Ridge, if you will. Really, really fun to watch these guys run up and down this ridge, play on all the stuff. He's probably about to take off out one of these poles if he's not going to lay down. He may. Looks like he's about to jump. Yep. Animation's just really, really awesome on that. Look at them playing, chasing each other. That is really cool. Woody's Himalayan bear temple back there that I've kind of jacked from him and made it a chimp temple. Really good views of the chimps, pretty much from all around. And then, of course, too, you can go down in the underground section and kind of look at them from the cave. I thought that was a pretty cool touch to kind of add to the bottom of Woody's temple. Over here, we've got like our one of the biggest, actually the big stage in the park. So I figure you could have the little, some kind of little lemur shows, or some kind of little tiny, smaller monkey type shows. And I thought that was really, really cool. You've got the ropes and stuff that you can, watch them run across, and whatever the trainers are having them do. Thought that was really, really cool. What else like I said, we're just kind of taking our time. I wanted to show you as much as I can think of here. This is the back side of the temple, kind of like really one of the largest, kind of the biggest weenie of the park. Like no matter where you're at in the park, you can always look up and find the chimp temple. So I thought that was pretty neat. And then of course Woody's just gorgeous aviary over here with his blue and yellow macaws in there. Guys, we didn't end up, I guess, Frontier is sticking. They are definitely sticking with their 3-month schedule, aren't they? Remember, I had even did a DLC speculation video of what we thought that a DLC was going to come out in June, but that definitely does not look the case, does it? I think we're going to have to wait till July, like normal. For Frontier, they are definitely on that every 3-month schedule. So that is what we're rolling with here. So, we'll just, like I said, we'll keep our ears out, and we'll keep our eyes peeled and our ears open, and, we'll get it out to you guys as soon as I hear something. And then over here, we'll go down and I'll show you guys all you Jaguar fans, Jaguar. I've got a little tiny family of Jaguars over here. This is kind of like their little temple and pool area. Where are they hiding? Sometimes they'll get back here in the bushes, and they're there's one. Oh, one's boxed up over here. Unbox, please. There we go. They're a little mischievous. Oh, really fun to watch. Kind of climb around all this stuff and make their little rounds. That one's using the little scratching post. Really one of the highlights of the South America pack. Yep. I love when they climb up on the logs and stuff that you when you give it to them. That's one of the coolest parts of this game is just seeing the animals actually use, what you've put down. You're gonna lay down. They're all gonna lay down. Whoa. But yeah, really, really fun Jaguar exhibit. Look at that one. I've never seen that animation before. I must not have paid enough attention because look, he's jumping up towards that. That was cool. Glitching out on the rock a little bit. That's my fault. But yeah, once we leave our Jaguars, then we make our way over here into the mysterious Indian elephant exhibit. They've got a large waterfall as well. Can get really close to them right here. Really fun as well to watch this little family kind of. All of these animals are fun. Like we've always said, if Frontier gets one thing right, it is their animals and their animation department. Those guys and gals do whatever they're getting paid. It is not enough. And he's gonna take a big poo in front of us. He's a dirty boy. It's fun too, like if you're new to Planet Zoo, if he were to walk over there and get in the water, he's only wet as far down as deep as he gets. So it's not like he jumps in the water and all of a sudden his whole body's overcome with a water, a water skin, water texture. It's only as deep as he goes. So that's just another just added layer of that detail. It's just so stinking cool. And then out here, I know I keep saying over here is going to be the big gorilla exhibit. I just haven't got out that way yet. Everything I've been messing with has kind of been over towards the town lately. But then anyways, yeah, if you come back towards town, speaking of, you've got the shops by Michelle. Really, really cool tropical street vibe over here. And then once you get over in here, we've got the adventure area, the playgrounds and the rope courses, rock climbing courses. We've got the giant anteaters over here. Let me show you guys. These guys are goofy. He's been fighting. Really fun to watch. Oh, feeding time. Or charging time. So yeah, that's the whole little anteater area shares space with the giant anteater playground and the whole kind of like I said, the adventure area. Rope course, get over here, climb around on all this stuff. Just like you were a little lemur. Over here we've got I've got the Greater Flamingo Lagoon over here with their little waterfall. These are kind of I like these. They're kind of almost derpy little birds, but still cool. Got a couple hanging out over here on the island, on the edge. Oop. Little pupil. Really cool. And then last but not least, kind of leading you into where we started off at, just the newest little expansion area. Having a lot of fun getting in here building with this. huge market area, outdoor flea market. And then when you make your way to the end of it over here, you're greeted to the left by our giraffe. Kind of like our little giraffes area over here. Really cool. They've got a big waterfall as well. And then, like I said, our latest little expansion. We got to get some tigers and stuff over here. But, anyways, guys, I guess I have. Oh, I didn't show you the Indian rhinos either. Yeah, see, this is kind of like the big Indian rhino area. Got their covered viewing platform. This guy's laying down here in the mud, getting dirty. And then he's got a little family out here. Gave them a huge area. It's probably about the same size. I'm thinking the maybe like coming over this way, the African elephants may be their neighbor, and I want to give the African elephants a big area as well. But, yep, so, like I said, we've still got some ideas flowing. I know I've slowed down a little bit with Planet Zoo, but I kind of always do that at the end of these DLC cycles. I kind of, I go really hardcore right when we first get the pack in our hands. And then, I just kind of, you slowly fall in and out of it. Some guys don't, though, like Carlos G72. He's still doing some absolutely incredible builds. Like I said, Poison Blade with Cayenne Al-Bashar is doing really good with that series. I noticed the Doofus Geekism even jumped in and did a Planet Zoo live stream a couple days ago. We got to get into that one of these days. I know a lot of you send me messages about like, hey, Sdanwolf, do you ever do any live streaming? The answer is no, but I've always kind of wanted to. I don't know. I just never really timed it out and never really sat down and said, okay, I'm going to just stream Planet Zoo for 2 or 3 hours. I don't know. I just never really sat down to do it, but maybe that'll be something we'll get into. I know I've said that 100 times, but maybe as the summer goes on, we'll look into it. Maybe even stream some Planet Coaster as well, now that we're back into it with Stables Rest. So anyways, guys, yeah, I'll quit jabbering on, and thank you for stopping by and hanging out with me like always. And yeah, I will catch you guys in the next video. Thank you. See ya.